Well, before we get into introductions, perhaps we should explain the rule set we're following tonight. We have a very special Halloween rule set we're following, filled with frights and delights for all of our runners. Tricks meant to disorient. All of the dungeons will be mirrored, as will Metroid. And we are ready. Let's begin. We find our little runners on the coast, equipped with nothing but a flimsy boomerang. Shutty finds a cheeky way to explore the Raft Island. I'd say the forest is looking a little dead, as our runners will soon be joining them.
That sounds overly harsh, but maybe. You should probably leave that place be.
They're finding no help from the shops, no equipment to bolster their strength. And our first death from Sis Crusher. Shutty buying the Zelda compass.
Oh, and it appears we've got a haunted house on Sis Crusher's screen.
It might still finding a different house.
That one looks slightly more spoopy. Did not pay their electric bill.
And no one can withstand the ravages of time. Especially when it throws magic at you. Sis Crusher's unable to obtain the heart from the spikes. There is a river that he cannot cross. Antlers is finding a house to haunt.
I'm pretty sure Shaddy ate a heart.
And now every runner has succumbed once to the abyss. Antlers finds a bolster for his bombs. Eat My Steel has wandered into a portal and found himself in Kraid's hideout. It looks like someone has an eye on Eat My Steel. Antlers has become flat broke, while Sizcrusher discovers a magical musical instrument that he cannot afford. Sizcrusher discovers that bombs are not enough to rid his spider infestation. Sizcrusher is venturing into level 6 with no sword and no reliable way of damaging the Wizrobe. Deciding that's a poor choice, he has moved on. I believe Eat My Steel has discovered a book hiding under the Armos. Little good the book will do without a source of fire or a rod.
Oh, Antlers is getting a really good looking at.
Yes, I'd say they didn't see that one coming.
Also appears Antlers was testing out the damage properties on the boomerang, hoping for something to happen.
Looking like weapon damage is not randomized.
We had a couple of more Triforce compasses found. Overall, they'll be looking for somewhere between 5 and 7 total pieces in order to finish the game.
And House 7 has been discovered by Shatty. Cease Crusher has wandered into Ridley's lair.
That was an extremely brief foray for Shatty.
It appears Atlas is making the most headway.
And he's leaving the shield behind. He's not blocking any of this imagery out.
With no free weapons, our runners are forced to use boomerangs to stun the enemies to make their way across the rooms. Eat my steel, discovering the magical recorder, but finding no way to purchase it.
It's probably a little bewitched by that price.
Antlers has become so discombobulated he wasted a bomb on a location that is only available in second quest. Many of our runners have discovered that the requirement is 6 Triforce pieces.
6 being a very appropriate number for this. Those are some amazing bomb sprites attacking Samus. I'm sorry, I couldn't. So, Metal already said in chat that Zero Meaning did a lot of the graphics for this particular set, and these are pretty amazing.
A sword has been found. Antlers reclaims it from Northair. But will it protect him? The ice beam has also been procured. May it send many to a chilly grave. Antlers has found the first Triforce piece. And a second shortly after.
Yeah, up to this point, those Triforces have been pretty scarce.
It should be noted they cannot be in shops or on the floor. They will only be where other equipment or other quest items have been placed. Sis Crusher has afforded us a view across the impossible gap to show there is only health. And now, Eat My Steel has purchased the recorder. Yet dares not use it against the spider. Perhaps a costly mistake.
So far, other than antlers, there really hasn't been a whole lot of progress made. Everyone's seeming to have a bit of a struggle with this one to this point.
The fortune that Antlers had to find the third house may be his advantage.
Are those crocodile snakes in House 7?
With only a wooden plank at his side, Antlers has begun to slay time.
Money, please!
Siscrusher defeats the Witch of House 7 and claims Triforce piece number 3. Though the house's master has been slain, all of its treasures have yet to be found, and the letter is procured. This arcane scroll will allow them to purchase regions from a heart.
Money, please!
This Crusher just stole the heart right out of a googly eye. It's kind of rude.
Antlers has approached the master of House 6. Without a bow and arrow, he will not be able to defeat the pumpkin.
There's no way he can squash that one.
Good one. A timely heart heal for Antlers.
Oh.
Eat my steel is not worthy of the long beam.
To be fair, I think Longbeam is not worthy of the game.
Shatty purchases the recorder and puts it to use immediately.
Ooh, I believe he got the wand from that.
With the spider defeated and the rod acquired, he is ready to bug out of level 5. Across our runners, we have the proper ingredients for a flame spell. But will they put it together? And will they put it to use?
Ooh. And finding screw attack as well.
It's time for Shatty to get a little twisted.
That was a rather large 100 rupee pickup there for Shatty.
May it serve him well in this life, for you can't take it with you. An energy tank for antlers. And a heart in the next room.
Except he can't get to it.
It appears he was attempting to shuffle the enemies across the river.
They are not cooperating at all.
I'd say these spike enemies are quite sharp, knowing not to spawn in his way.
Do you think they had this plan brewing all along?
Looks like Antlers got the point and left.
We are still pretty light on some stuff, and you might still finding House 3. That'll be a very good find.
Antlers acquired Triforce number 6. Shetty has discovered the hint that the 7th enemy has the bomb. Eyes to see you, Manhandler. If looks could kill, Eat My Steel would be dead, and they can. Looks like Antlers put a twist on it of his own. Screw attack for Antlers.
And being out of bombs, Eat My Steel's in a pretty bad position there, just taking a death.
He lacked the foresight. Shatty has slain the Witch of House 7 and acquired Triforce piece number 3.
Ooh, and our first candle on Eat My Steel's side.
They could really burn Gotham to the ground with that.
Sis Crushers discovering items in the basement of Ridley's hideout. Now I am curious. Which of our runners will be the first to challenge Ridley?
Well, so far, no one's going that way. So.
And now Shatty ventures into House 3.
Sis Crusher's in a little bit of a predicament. 48 minutes in and no weapons.
Apologies, I will be gone for a spell.
I hope you all got that. Ooh, I'm finding Triforce 5 and House 1. Eat my steel, putting that wonderful Bernie Burn to good use here. Also, missiles as traps is pretty mean.
I have returned. It is normal for the departed to return on this night. Eat my steel vanquishes the winch of House 1.
You got 10 rupees.
Another Triforce for antlers from slaying the Witch of House 7. I know that information was late, but now the witch is too. A letter for antlers as well.
And Shaddy finally finding the first sword. Going to be picking up.
The weapon makes the man and unmakes his enemies. Eat My Steel has acquired the stepladder from House 2's Dodongo.
And that is going to be great, because that will lead to more fall. And we'll open up some extra pathways in Metroid.
Antlers acquired a mysterious item that was cloaked in the colors of the background.
Oh, and finding Brinstar, Eat My Steel's got some new territories opened up here. That is a Chozo statue. That is definitely not a Chozo statue.
It seems the soothsayer had something fortunate for Eat My Steel. Triforce piece number 4.
That was pretty fortunate. Oh, and that manhandler sought out Shatty. Sent him back to the grave.
Shatty was unable to seize the moment.
I think having some more hearts would really lend a hand toward beating that thing.
Only if he's an astute pupil. Shatty was destroyed by a merchant. I guess he never learned buyer beware.
I think that death really crept up on him. Shaddy is really trying to see that through to the end.
Somewhere, Eat My Steel has acquired the Morph Ball.
Yes, the morph ball was along the ocean. Requiring the step ladder to reach. They don't dare cross the ocean of blood to get to it otherwise.
Looks like Shatty's really got his gourd up. Mothball bombs for antlers from House 3's Triforce room.
Cyst Crusher is back in Ridley. Without finding the other items in Zelda, might be more tempted to try to take on the beast.
Antlers picks up the recorder and puts it to use. The enchanted melody tames the spider.
I bet he's going to keep a really good note of that.
Shatty picks up numerous items I cannot identify. The Craig Totem, as the Peanut Gallery has informed us. The spirits from beyond.
Chat is pretty spirited tonight. I think it's their goal to make themselves known. Oh, and there's Antlers getting his little burn.
He is freed from the darkness. And is now certified to do lawn care.
Oh, Eat My Steel finding House 9. And I think Sis Crusher's probably a little afraid right now.
With masterful precision, Antlers is able to secure his enemies in place with the ice beam, creating platforms from their bodies.
I think the enemies are pretty spellbound.
The spirits from beyond have informed me that Sis Crusher has forfeited from the race. His spirit remains trapped forevermore.
His run died early.
Antlers is on a murderous rampage, harvesting the resources from the dead.
Antler's very intent on filling up for this fight with Spooky Ghost Man. That is an absolutely amazing sprite.
Though his spells may freeze projectiles in their tracks, he is still having a hex of a time fighting it. I know we all lead sedentary lives in this day and age, but who could go for a little bit of exercise?
Oh, and Eat My Steel finding the first defensive upgrade with the Varia suit. That candle holding some stuff back. Doing a very nice job lighting their way. It's Spooky Ghost is no more.
Now time to see what it had possession of.
Another sword. Antlers was indeed cursed in Metroid life to turn into a spooky ghost.
Would you like a full refill of bombs or a minor refill of bombs? Antlers expands his explosive capability. I hope he has a blast. Eat My Steel finds the front entrance of level 2.
And Eat My Steel is still at 4 hearts.
The Varia suit for antlers as well. Eat My Steel is carrying bait. It seems he is now prepared for an unforgettable luncheon. Antlers also finding the front entrance of level 2. Antlers and Eat My Steel sharing a screen for a brief moment. Spirits in alternate dimensions from each other. And now the step ladder for Antlers.
He'll finally be able to step up his game.
And he picks up an arrow. Antlers now with the morph ball and bombs is the first to be able to explore Metroid. Uninhibited. Eat My Steel slays the Manhandler. Certainly House 3 has seen better days.
Could have bought some more decorations if they used some cryptocurrency.
Antlers investigating the crane elevator finds it missing. It's been spirited away. Antler's triangle collection approaches the necessary requirements to enter House 9. Shatty close behind with 4 triangles. A curious bit of trivia. In Japanese, the number 4 is associated with death. Shetty defeats the Witch of House 1 for the pocket change of 10 rupees. Antlers acquires 6 Triforce pieces.
So we'll be able to go into level 9. But still missing a couple of pretty key items to beat the game.
Should our runners explore House 9, they will only find optional equipment or lower. Eat My Steel challenging the floating heads of House 4.
I've never seen a skull breathe through its eyes before.
The power bracelet belongs to Eat My Steel. Red candle for antlers. The fortune teller sees fire in his future. A magical key to unlock any door is now in Antler's possession.
Going overboard on the Triforces.
A blue ring has fallen to eat my steel's clutches.
Oh, I'm getting another sword.
Shatty upgrades his blade as well.
I think he's going to milk that for all it's worth.
Shatty clearly has enough triangles to enter level 9. Antlers follows behind. Neither can progress through level 9 without the bow and arrow, and the silver arrow at that to put an end to Ganon.
I'm just going to assume as a vampire. Although, if he were a vampire, I think the wooden arrow would be more effective.
Would it?
I'd put my stake in that.
Two of our runners have acquired an arrow but no means to fire it. Eat My Steel may now actually make the claim that he is wielding steel.
Eat could really steel himself for the upcoming fights.
An ice find for I eat my steel. Triforce 8 for eat my steel. Shatty explores house 2. And the bow is liberated from House 6. And Eat My Steel acquires the silver arrows.
So we've got all the pieces barring the Ridley totem. We'll see who puts this together first.
Good riddance. Eat My Steel upgrades his boomerang. Perhaps he should be known as Eat My Scrap Metal. Antlers finds the blue ring in House 4 as well. And the power bracelet to cap it off. Eat My Steel is nearing the bow, and Antlers is nearing the silver arrow.
So then it's just going to be a race to see who can locate the last totem.
The silvers are required for Antlers.
So we have one in Zelda Go mode. Both of our Zelda leaders are behind in Metroid totems, though. So neither one has any marked on their tracker.
Both Antlers and Eat My Steel have entered House 8. Shetty finds his first flame. And a Triforce Piece 7 for Eat My Steel.
Another for Shetty as well.
Eat my steel recovers the Kraid totem. Antlers says no to his last Triforce piece. And thinks again.
Wants all of the Triforces. Just in case.
Eat my steel, riding a precarious line against this Gliok. Finds his death. Perhaps the next time he finds the Gliok, it will have added his own head to his collection. Antlers claims the Kraid totem as well.
So this is a hunt for the Ridley totem.
Looks like they're both headed for a confrontation.
Eat my steel. Going to play. Extra careful, make sure gets ahead of that fight.
Shetty has taken on Ridley, the succubus.
Not what I was expecting.
And claims his prize as a rafterthought. Antlers seems to be eyeing Ridley as well. You thought it would be less? No, it is more again. Eat my steel, plumbing the depths of lower Norfair. A purgatory of Metroid.
There's not much left they haven't really looked through, so.
Slumbering deep inside lower Norfair rests a mysterious liquid. Shatty is exploring House 6, a necessary component for finding the bow. Antlers creeps into Lower Norfair.
Not going to be too happy with having to come down here.
He too takes the mysterious liquid, but he is also plumbing deeper. Antlers finds a handy hallway.
Looks like he's got a hand on the situation.
You have to hand it to him.
Some of these hands look like they're getting a bit grabby.
Looks like that exploration was a dud. He must be feeling pretty bombed out. Shatty is taking on the Gliok of level 6. Shatty uncovers the bow. Eat My Steel has taken to fighting demons. It seems his soul was ensnared. Shatty defeats the Jack-o'-lantern of House 6.
Oh, that's what that's supposed to be. I'm ashamed to admit I did not put that together.
Dropping a hefty sum, Eat My Steel upgrades his bomb capacity. The final location in Lower Norfair is revealed to be a key, but it is not the key to the seed. One more location in Lower Norfair remains. Antler's finding it a bit tricky to get in there. The pool of possibilities ever shrinks. Where yet could this totem be?
That is a very good question. And there it is. So that is officially Spooky Go mode for Antlers. Just under 2 hours in.
Yes, Antlers has achieved Ghost Mode. Ah, the spirits have said Shaddy was the first to obtain the Totem of Succubus.
Oh, so Shady has it. This has also been a very low health seed.
Shaddy just tangled with the fake version of Kraid. What do you call a fake ghost? A polterbust. Due to our rule set this evening, Antlers will have to find both Ganon and Zelda. And there's the boar's head himself. Now let's see if he could make it squeal.
Oh.
I'd say Antlers has really gotten ahead.
So where is the Princess of Spookies?
Seems Antlers must find which way to go. Eat My Steel has located the bow. And Shatty has located his arrows. Eat My Steel, tangling with the jack-o'-lantern, may find his own light snuffed out.
But he finally took care of the...
He did have a bit of a rough patch. Eat My Steel has eyeballed the correct place to go. Eat My Steel has collected the succubus totem. Shatty is going into Mother Brain's lair.
And what horror are we going to find there?
And Eat My Steel recovers the red ring. Enchanted with blood of the innocents. Though in go mode, I'm not sure why Eat My Steel is tarrying in Kraid's lair.
May not feel comfortable with all his health. Maybe. Maybe he doesn't want to face the terrors that's inside of him.
It looks like Shatty is arriving. Fright on time.
Does need to be careful here.
His health dips ever lower.
This is very not good for Shatty.
Eat My Steel goes on an extermination quest. Antlers has recovered the kidnapped.
And the princess was actually Pac-Man.
Without the proton packish qualities of the wave beam, Eat My Steel is finding difficulty in exterminating this ghost. Of course, when one lacks a thermonuclear accelerator, heavy ordnance should do. And the magic blade is Eat My Steels. Shetty has begun the work of destroying the skull.
That is indeed a skull.
Shaddy is able to defeat the skull. No boneheaded moves now. One G for Shaddy.
Antlers is trying to do very careful Rinka's setups and freezings. Try to avoid the damage issues that Shaddy had earlier.
Looks like Antlers has really got his head in the game.
Nothing's sticking out.
Looks like he'll have to be a little more scareful.
Very close to finishing off.
Eat my steel fighting boar's head Ganon. Well, that fight surely wasn't boring. And there goes the skull for antlers. He's climbing out of Torian without a scare in the world.
rushing his way toward victory. And finishing. So that is a GG for Antlers. Finished in a very frightening time of 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 17 seconds.
That was so well played, it was almost scary.
Tell you what, the seed was pretty scary.
Now maybe we can channel the spirit of the victor. Eat my steel, still searching for the captured. While Shatty searches for the silver arrows. Gould game, Antlers.
Hey, thanks.
How did you find tonight's frightening seed?
I was mad that I went to Lower Norfair. That's for sure. Whenever I saw that other totem sitting free in Kraid's lair.
Rest assured,
I was
you
a
are
little
not the
disappointed.
only one to have trouble in that regard.
Yeah, I've got the restream pulled up now, and yeah, I can definitely tell that people got hung up a little bit. But yeah, it was a fun seed. It was definitely I like the flags this week. I really like the flags this week. So I was thinking about going back to buy the Zelda compass if I had to find like a magic bomb wall to find her, but turned out it was just like 3 connecting corridor staircases and 9 that you had to find instead. So it wasn't too bad.
Rather labyrinthine.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if Ganon was going to be forced to be right next to Zelda, or you could if you could find Zelda, or if you had to find Zelda away from him. I got my answer pretty quick, um, but yeah, I like the mirrored overworld. I feel like that might have also played some havoc with people a little bit.
I forget. Were you the one to screen clip to the Raft Island?
Yeah, I definitely did that. The Raft Island. So the raft, there's only one raft spot that's inaccessible without the raft if you screen scroll on Mirrored Overworld. So Mirrored Overworld is actually more accessible in some ways than non-mirrored. And I didn't even do a lot of the screen scrolls that you can do on Mirrored Overworld. Like you can scroll from the desert to vanilla level 2. You can scroll from West Death Mountain to East Death Mountain. And you can scroll from East Death Mountain to the waterfall. So you can connect like all of that and not have to go down and around if you start with, well, I say West Death Mountain. In Mirrored Overworld, it's East Death Mountain, but I think you know what I mean.
Right, to Spectacle Rock.
Right. Yeah, you actually end up, and then you go from like where you get the magical sword in second quest to the waterfall.
And Shetty has defeated Ganon's head.
Have Shaddy and Eat My Steel both finished?
The tracker is correct. Shetty has defeated the skull, and Eat My Steel has not.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see that.
No worries.
I hope everything's all right with Sis Crusher. I saw that he forfeit pretty early, and yeah, hope nothing's.
It's possible that he was unable to find a weapon in the first hour and was rather discouraged. Dispirited, one might say.
Ooh, yeah. That's rough. I was pretty happy when I found that sword. I felt like I might have been the first one to the sword because unless you do some weird stuff, you pretty much had to go to Death Mountain. A pretty out of the way spot in Death Mountain and bomb to get into Norfair to get your first sword.
Alright, the others were behind Kraid and I forget.
Yeah, unless you want to go fight Kraid with not a whole lot at your disposal.
The wand was Shetty's first weapon.
Oh, interesting. I don't actually remember where I found the wand. Maybe level 5? Yeah, I think level 5.
Right. with the recorder for sale. Mere rooms from Dig Dog.
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed that that recorder was required, or well, was 85 rupees in there. It really helped to go buy it, even though I don't think it was required, just to get around the overworld a lot faster. This was not the best starting location. Pretty far away from a lot of stuff, so having the recorder really helped me. And actually, I think, yeah, the Dig Dogger was what had the wand, isn't it?
It was a room near the Dig Dogger, I believe.
Okay,
doesn't-
then
I
it
don't
would have been the
remember.
Triforce room. It was the Triforce room or the Dig Dogger, I can't remember. But, I know it wasn't the... well, if Shaddy didn't have a weapon, there's no way it was the staircase item in 5, because I don't think he's killing 5 blue dark nuts with bombs, or I don't think he's committing to killing 5 blue dark nuts with bombs at that point, but I could be wrong.
It was definitely on the floor, so it must have been Dig
Yeah.
Dogger. Shatty is having a devil of a time finding the kidnap.
Oh, it looks like he bought the Zelda compass. I'm pretty sure it was in a shop. I don't remember where.
Right, it was a very early acquisition for Shatty.
Yeah, I remembered seeing it early.
How did you find the combat?
Once I figured out the sprites, it wasn't too bad. I tried to do level 6 early, so that probably made it look a little bit harder than it was. But yeah, I mean, other than that, level 9 trolled me a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I see Shaddy has the red ring, or sorry, Eat My Steel has the red ring. Where was the second ring upgrade? Had to
In
be in.
Kraid's lair, I believe.
Okay, I was gonna say it was either in 9 or it was that last item in Kraid's lair.
Of particular note is the interesting behavior where wizarobes are shaped like clocks and they may drop clocks.
Yeah, and the
believe it
clocks are
cost-
just clocks.
How did you find the dungeon layouts and connection?
It wasn't too bad. With I think the only thing that was completely inaccessible from the overworld was level 8. Well, actually, technically level 4 was as well, because it did have an entrance, but you needed the power bracelet to get into level 4, and the power bracelet was in level 4. So technically you had to get to 2 dungeons from Metroid, but there wasn't any like situation where you had to go into one dungeon from Zebus and then get back to Zebus from that dungeon or to another dungeon from that dungeon that was only available from Zebus, which can happen sometimes. I guess not in these flags. They made it a little bit easier to deal with in that regard, but yeah, I did really like these flags. I think these are well balanced and pretty good flags. Anyway, I think I'm gonna watch these two finish up here, but thank you very much for commentating and for our tracker and to Speed Gaming. But yeah, it was fun. The sprite set was really entertaining. That was pretty fun to see, and yeah, it was a good time. Thanks everybody, and thanks to Metal, and I know Zero Meaning came up with a lot of the sprites as well. Thanks to the whole team for doing what they do.
Your run was a scream to behold. I bid you a good evening.
Well, thank you. You have a good evening too. I'm gonna enjoy watching the finish.
Our two remaining runners are having a fit of a time navigating the corridors of House 9. It looks like all they have is time. Eat My Steel occupies the room Shatty just vacated. A timely death for Eat My Steel. An entire quarter of the dungeon remains unexplored for Shatty. But how to reach? Congratulations to Eat My Steel. A single G for Eat My Steel. Bamboozled by the mirrored mode. Meanwhile, Shatty is still haunting for the kidnapped princess. It appears Shatty is at least breaking new ground. Eat My Steel putting the pressure on. Trying to clip into the stairwell, but he just can't find the tie. Eat My Steel has entered Dorian. And with that, with half a heart left, Shatty dragging his corpse through the rest of the dungeon. This is the last room he will have to cross. A single G for Shatty. Double G for Shatty. This is A finale. Congratulations, Shatty. Shetty has finished in second place with a scary fast time of 2 hours, 46 minutes and 10 seconds. Just as Eat My Steel begins his quest through the room to the skull. And like an autumn breeze, we are joined by Shatty as he blows into the auditorium.
My
Congratulations, Shatty.
goodness. I was not expecting that. Thanks.
How did you find tonight's spooktacular seed?
It was all right. I got a little lost at the end. I couldn't remember where. I knew I'd seen 9. I couldn't remember where it was, and then just got lost in 9, as always. What else is new?
Did you find any particular difficulties locating your items?
I was very happy to see silvers where they were. Trying to remember. I'd gone through Kraid, and I think I might have skipped some of those spots that I probably could have got. So I had to double dip there. That was kind of not great. And died in Mother Brain. Also not great.
Right. And how did you find this custom sprite set?
Oh, awesome. The Mother Brain sprite here that's on Steel's screen is just amazing. That's so cool.
It wasn't until he shuffled off the mortal coil for a spell. Of course, beating this requires skullful play. One should shout out Zero Meaning's excellent sprite work.
Absolutely, and not only in this seed. If you get just Z1 M1, I mean, there's probably over 100 sprites that you can pick to play with. All of that are just fantastic. Although now I really like the cow.
It appears Eat My Steel must harvest the life energy of these Metroids before attempting the skull again.
Has Steel already beat Ganon?
He was very close in your time for beating Ganon and Mother Brain, I believe. Yes, he has already beaten Ganon. The end draws nigh.
Those little guys pack a punch. They had me like pinned against the wall, and they're just. Problem is, it's like you're not getting hit once. You're getting hit like 2 or 3 times in a row. It's just health disappears quickly.
A frightful
I looked
pinball.
up at. Yeah, I looked up at one point and I was like, oh no, I better like slow down. But it was way too late at that point.
The situation gets hairy. Despite the bald skull he is facing. So hairy that was a close shave.
Oh, it's gonna be it. No, I got amazing. Well done indeed.
Now that we're back from the edges of our seats. Good game, eat my steel. Finishing in 3rd place with a time of 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 44 seconds. We shall attempt to channel his spirit here.
And I'm gonna bounce. Thank you so much, Zilla, Hemi Triforce, Metal, and crew as always. GG's to Antlers, and we'll see you next week. Come join the Discord. Come hang out with us. We don't bite.
Thank you for your run. We will see you again soon. For a moment, I am communing with the spirits to attempt to draw Eat My Steel to our realm. Eat my steel, welcome and congratulations.
Howdy.
How did you find tonight's spectacular seed?
Spectacular, not quite the word I'd use, but overall, really not too bad. Just 9 really sucked for me. That's about.
A deadly maze full of nothing but time.
Indeed.
Any particular moments you recall?
I'm sorry, you broke up on me there.
Any particular moments you recall?
Let's see. I'm still getting over being lost and wandering around for like 20 minutes or whatever it was in 9. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just everything kind of you're able to kind of find everything fairly easily. Like one thing always just kind of led to the other. It was kind of a fun little seed, really, I guess. Now that I think back on the early part of it, I'm still going to be ticked at 9 for a long time now.
You may be interested to learn you were the first to procure the ladder.
Oh yeah, I found that really early. I don't even remember where I found that. That was someplace.
I forget as well.
I don't usually keep track of exactly where I find items in this game. Just kind of where I've been.
Well, any closing marks before we close the show?
Oh yeah, I was the last one, wasn't I? That's right. Sis Crusher forfeited. No, it was just I kind of liked for the last few that we've done. This was like one of the better ones, I think, as far as flow and just kind of being able to get stuff and get through it. But good games, Shaddy and Antlers.
A fantastic run for all. Well, that about wraps it up. Geists and ghouls, we will see you again soon. A thank you for the team, Metal Machine, for putting this together. Zero Meaning for the excellent spritesmanship. And our runners, of course. And all of the rest of the team, Fiskbit and Cena and Dark Rupee, for all of their work. Thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting this delightful rave. We will see you all again soon. Good night, speedrunners. Good night.